Hi, this is Mark.
And I'm Pam.
And this is, of course, Buddy, the star. We've actually been called out by many people out while we've been running around.
Yeah?
Saying, hey, we haven't seen a video from you guys in a while. And so and I'm sorry for that. I kind of shared previously. I don't know. I don't find that everything seems to be content in what we do. Sometimes even lately with everything that's been going on, I feel like I would just end up bitching the whole time, so I don't want to turn this page into that. Just everything between, construction, and we'll get into more of that, but something also, Pam was out of town for, 9 days, give or take?
Yeah, 10 days.
And so why don't you talk to us a little bit about that? You went back to visit your grandkids.
I did. I went to visit my oldest daughter in California, and I ended up getting sick on the third day I was there, and ended up with COVID. And
broke my heart for her.
Checked into a hotel and kind of kept myself away from her. She has a high-risk baby at home, so we didn't want to get him sick, and waited till I tested negative and flew home. So yeah, lost some time with them.
You did get to go to Knott's Berry Farm with them.
We did go to Knott's Berry Farm.
So you did get a
Second day.
couple days.
We had a good day. One really good day.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. The kids. It was good. It was a good ending to their summer because they just started school this week.
Yeah, because you were supposed to go clothes shopping with them. You missed that.
Yeah.
You dodged that. You missed doing that. Wait a minute, how do I put
I
that?
did miss it.
No, I know you would have loved it.
I would. And I wasn't able to, so.
And just to
Next
think
time.
of her having to get
Next
better
time.
in the hotel room, and how that feels when you're traveling. And
Yeah, not at home. It was
Yeah.
kind of rough. But
I felt my heart went out. But obviously, you have to do the right thing. You're sick with something like that. You can't just travel back. You have to wait.
no.
As much as it would have felt better to be at home.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't know who you're putting at risk when you do travel like that.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
But it did feel good to have you home.
Definitely, I missed it.
It was good. It was good getting home. Trust me.
The whole issue of all the work we've been having done, from the interior stuff we've had done to the landscaping, and the production thing is coming to a point to where all that we really have left is the water features, and then the cage, which is supposed to be going in the next several weeks. I still haven't gotten an official start
Yay.
date, but sooner than the November date that we were expecting.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for that.
And it's coming to an end. Like things
Yeah,
are
there's a
finally
light at the end of the
coming
tunnel.
together. Yes.
Light at the end of the tunnel, the new sod up front.
Light at
Really
the end of the
there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Both in terms of just the stress and just something so we can move on, and the shelling out of cash. It's like it's like you're bleeding money when you move here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of something that maybe some people think about or don't think about. Is like, do you want to take on that stuff right away? Probably would have been able to see more people's work, especially recent work, and make different choices in regards to who we would have used, and had more people around us, because we had no one around us.
Yeah.
The neighborhood was empty.
But arguably, in a couple of years, inflation, the way it's been, I don't see prices dropping.
I know, that
Within
was
the
part
next
of the
year or
thinking
two,
too,
so-
is that I didn't see that things, both materials and labor, were gonna get cheaper.
Yeah.
So I was figuring I'd rather do it now, and
Save the breed.
yeah, so it's a personal choice. I think I'm gonna be glad it's all done, and then
Oh,
we
yeah.
can just, and we don't plan to have it to be one of those buy 3 homes.
No.
That was something we wanted to avoid.
No.
We've both moved quite a few times in our lives, and me
Yeah,
probably
but that
more
was
so
nothing-
than her.
There was nothing we
Not so much
planned
together.
on doing. I mean, we kind of planned it to where we get a home here, that we didn't have to move. There was a lot of choices we made from
True.
things we'd heard from
True.
information that we listened to from the newcomers gave us lots of
Yeah.
information, and
In December, this whole area was dirt.
none of this was here when I came for
Yeah.
design. Nothing.
Basically, our street,
It was raw land.
our
pretty
street and that
much.
street across are kind of the beginning of,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Sure.
we're the first street in the Newell
Arian.
area, and so,
Since
yeah, just how much
December.
building's gone on since then,
Yeah.
and what they've been able to accomplish in that time, and then throw what we haven't seen, although we have driven out there, where the high school is, and
Oh
you
yeah.
know, Middleton and everything. It's just,
Amazing.
I mean, when you think about how many miles is that worth, that's like probably 4 or 5 miles worth of homes down to our left in Denham and Dabney, right? And then
Yeah.
you've got miles and miles, you know, so it's probably
Miles on the other side.
the amount of mileage and then the amount of acreage that they're working on at any given time is just staggering.
Yeah. I like the uniform look.
I get it, but there is a lot of people that hate that look.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
something that you'll find in Middleton that I think people need to understand if they have a vision of the villages and how every home is somewhat uniform. Much different in the Middleton area.
Yeah, no,
Much
different.
different between the 2 stories and just all the different models that they have.
But that's more a traditional kind of area. you
Yeah,
know?
I think it's going to be such a neat area. I can't wait for
Oh,
it to
it
open up,
is,
and I'm so
yeah.
glad that we're close enough when they do open up the
Yeah.
bridge. They did open up the bridge for car traffic, but
Yeah.
not for. And who knows what that'll? I mean, that'll get. We talked about even the neighbors. We're like, we can't wait till they have football games and we can go and
Yeah.
enjoy one of the high school football games because we'll definitely go and support.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that'll be fun. It'll be relatively close.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be close enough to golf cart. You think it will be?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Probably. I don't know about the path though. We'll see how safe if they've got us going that.
I'm sure they're gonna have
Yeah, we'll
some
see.
good paths there.
Could be good if we do that.
Yeah. So we've
Hey.
gotten out a little bit.
We have gotten out a little
We've
bit, so
gotten
talk
out.
about that.
Well, we went and saw a show. We went and saw
yeah,
the
yeah.
Yacht Rock Band.
Docksiders.
The Docksiders. Yes,
Docksiders.
at the Savannah Center.
It was a good show,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we had good seats, and we had our neighbors,
Yeah. Our
Dan and
neighbors
Terry,
came with us.
came with us.
Had
They
a fun time. Dave?
They're just good people.
We do. We have some great neighbors.
Yeah, we're so lucky.
We're so lucky.
Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone
Everyone.
around us.
Everyone.
I did have a friend of ours, Dave, who had I may not share this, I may edit this out, but he had a racquetball accident where he fell and actually broke his humerus and dislocated his shoulder, and now he's got a rod. I'm not bashing on pickleball. I mean, it was a freak accident, but I just
Yeah.
know so many people who've gotten injured.
Yeah.
And it's just, it breaks my heart because I know,
Yeah.
like,
We,
you know,
we don't heal as we age.
yeah, you're
Not-
getting
not as
old, and
good.
you're getting older, and Dave's in great shape. Don't get me wrong, he looks, younger than I do, and he probably is younger than I am. One of the nights out, we played
Mexican train
Mexican Train.
up at Homestead.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the name of the game.
all right. Okay,
It's a domino game.
it's a domino.
And it was held kind of for beginners, and it was at the Homestead Rec Center. So we've been to the pool a few times, and been doing some bike riding.
Yeah. I like the pool in little bits. I like it for an hour, hour and a half at
Yeah.
max.
Yeah, me
And
too.
then, especially lately, because it's been where the
So
pool
hot.
is not really refreshing.
Yeah.
It's been a little too warm for it to be refreshing.
I
So,
saw a cat on one of my bike rides on a Sunday
a
morning
big cat.
with the girls.
Yeah.
A big cat. I think it was still a young cat, but it definitely had a very long tail. And definitely not a bobcat. And one of the girls I was with saw it as well. And so we were thinking maybe a young panther,
Wow.
because I think that's the
No, the
other cat.
wildlife, and we've had so many. There's probably 10 ducks, and
Oh yeah, lots.
there's probably 25 birds on the pond right now. It's just been like a hotbed of activity.
3 in the afternoon.
hotbed of activity.
Yeah, yeah. There's always maybe 3 or 4 ducks or
Some-
birds.
yeah, birds.
But lately, the last few days, I think I counted 25.
Yeah, just like we haven't seen the turkeys in
Yesterday.
a while. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's some sort of,
Cycle.
right?
They go around, yeah. Else, this is a big help to people.
Yeah.
If you have a dog and they go to, what is it, Wolfgang Grooming. When I was buying my dog Bones, I saw a little note on the counter and it said that they opened the books for the next 6 months. And so they allow you to go
talking to
ahead
me?
and book appointments for your dog in advance.
You talking to me?
That
Because
may only be for existing customers. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
yeah, probably if you're an existing
Yeah,
customer.
I'm not sure.
Because they,
See the C-store for details.
yeah, and she basically said that after the snowbirds start coming in, that it's nearly impossible to get an appointment. Well, when you live here year round, you want to make sure your animal's taken care of during that time. So I went ahead and took the liberty of booking 6 months of appointments for the
Yeah.
dog. So we don't have to worry about getting them in. So,
That's huge.
yeah, it's a big.
Because
it's
it
a
is,
big
you
thing.
call to make an appointment, it's a month and a half
Yeah,
away, 2 months
yeah.
away.
Yeah, and when they get groomed
And
every
that's
4
right
to
now.
and that's if they get groomed every 4 to 6 weeks. That's
Yeah.
it's a long time to wait 2 months for an appointment.
He ends up big and hairy like he is now.
Yeah, yeah.
Big hairy mess. You got one of those robot vacuums.
I did get a robot vac. I splurged. There's a lot of floor here in the home to mop, and I thought I'm just gonna get it and try it and
It's the combo. It vacuums and mops.
vacuums and mops. It vacuums and self-empties itself. The mopping portion will mop. So you set up zones, and
She put a lot of time and effort. I mean, she really did.
I did-
She
I
had to
did.
really. The settings don't seem to be very into it. I didn't get into it because I'd probably drive her crazy doing it. She did it all and has got it working really, really well. And I guess it gets smarter.
Yeah, I think it learns as it goes.
My brother's probably coming into town.
Yeah.
We're waiting to confirm, but he's.
His first visit.
Yeah, it'll be our first visit from family other than
Yeah. And my daughter.
anyone from my side of the family.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited to have Ivan come out. And I have a couple friends I've talked to about coming out, but they obviously didn't want to come during this time of year. They're like, maybe when it's
Yeah.
the
a little
nicer
cooler.
time of year, maybe we'll come out. My buddy Frank and Corey.
Yeah.
Baskin, I don't think he'll ever come. He's dead set against
Florida.
So I want to talk about the water heater situation and an update we just got recently.
Yeah.
Because I actually found recently that my water heater's actually been triggering the error code even without the recirculating pump. So I just threw another flag up at home warranty. And the same gentleman that we've been dealing with most recently showed up and explained that there was some setting and now they've had it on enough different people's units to where they know what the issue is and they're now, I guess, testing their theory on what will fix it, and then we'll come apply the reset or fix that should make.
Yeah, I think they recalibrated.
They
or
recalibrated. It
reprogrammed.
has to do with what amount of pressure or temperature is required when the water comes back to the system. Technical stuff, but it has to do with of when it'll fire at what lower temperature, and they can change that, but they're going to have to test it before they go and do it to, I guess, multiple homes.
They want to make sure that the fix they got
The fix is the
good.
fix, but that'd be great because then the recirculating pump will be able to work, and
Yeah.
I won't feel like we threw $1,400 down the drain.
Yeah. We're wasting water the way we do, trying to get it to get warm.
I'm excited for us to, obviously, after all the construction's done, is a few things. A, start having some get-togethers.
Yeah.
I really do. I want to start having people over and having get-togethers, and
Yeah.
we really need to reach out to the social group. We haven't been good about that. I've been relying more on the neighbor stuff,
Yeah,
and I
and
haven't
the
been.
social group is,
Social groups
it's
are
a
a great thing.
good-
We
yeah,
need to
it is.
call them
It is.
and get wrapped up in that. And then I just need to get into some more activities. We are starting a new business related to the businesses we have, just a Florida version. But it's something that we wanted to do. We wanted to have at least one business out here that we could work on, and I think it'll be good for us. We're not ready to retire. We're still. It's not cheap out here. It's not. I can't sit here and say, yeah. Now that's because of our choices, right? I mean, we could have
Yes.
chose a house half
Mhm.
as much as and paid cash for it,
and not done all these
and not done all
upgrades.
these upgrades. So it's all choices. It's all about
But-
choices. We do it. I was thinking about that today when we were riding. We rode up to the marketplace on the golf cart, and so many times you're waving. And I remember that was something when I was riding motorcycles was a common thing. But it's even, golf cart to car. And it was something that we really noticed back in California before we left, was that when we would walk the neighborhood, there were so many times where we would wave to people or say hi to people, and we just wouldn't get a reaction.
Yeah,
They
people
wouldn't-
just didn't know their
they
neighbors
just didn't
in
respond,
California.
and they didn't, react, and you kind of, after a while, you're kind of like, I'm not going to wave anymore.
Yeah.
They're not even reacting. I don't want to feel like an idiot. And here, it's kind of like that,
Opposite.
the opposite. And
Absolutely.
you want to. There's times when I'm out front working and I'm busy doing something, and I'll hear someone driving by in a golf cart. I'll almost want to stop what I'm doing. I can't every time because I'll never get any work done. But
Yeah.
I want to turn around and make sure I say hi to someone. So it's a neat vibe in that
Yes,
respect.
it
It's something
is.
that I missed that we still grew up with. I know we're not, but when we were growing up, we still had that in our neighborhoods.
Oh, growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you knew everybody.
You knew everyone, and you hung out at people's places, and people watched out for you. Or
You always said
watched out.
hi to your neighbor.
And that's why you were
Mr.
able to stay
So-and-so.
out till the street lights
Came on?
came on. I have friends of mine who have young kids that are like, I got to park across the street. I can't even send my kid there. Which is, I'm not,
Sad.
it is.
It's just,
sad.
it's a different time.
It's a different time.
Different time.
And it is what it is. It's the same thing from our generation
Yeah, to the next.
to the next. So it's, I'm not complaining and blaming anyone. It's just things change. We're actually I'm considering, and I'm having them come to give us a quote on a generator, on a natural gas generator. I just think it'd be a good idea. I just worry about, we have a generator that we can run off gas that would run certain things.
Yeah.
And that's
Just keep
good.
some fans going,
It
refrigerator.
would keep the refrigerator, and it would keep our electronics that we need going, like
Yeah.
a router and stuff like that. You just only, sometimes you sit here and you spend this money saying, yeah, I'll get a generator and I'll store all this food and I'll store all, and then a disaster hits and they're like, get out of your house, and you're like, wait a minute, that's where all my survival shit is. And now you're sending me out into, so unless you got a bug out vehicle that's stacked or that's equipped just as well as your house, it's kind of like, oh shit, good planning, idiot. Now we have to leave the house.
Well, I'm kind of looking forward to the change of weather we've been having. It seems like it's been.
Yeah, everyone's been
getting a
saying
little
hottest they've
cooler.
seen it. My friends who've been here for 12 years,
Oh yeah, it's
hottest
been
they've ever seen it.
scorching last week and the week before.
113 plus heat index.
Yeah.
With fairly high humidity. I don't seem to get bothered by the humidity until it reaches over 70%. Not that I don't notice it, but I say like when I get bothered by
Yeah.
it.
Bothers me a lot more than it does.
Yeah.
I get overheated.
And I spend so much more time out on the lanai, so I think just from that standpoint I've become more. And we
Yeah,
added these new
acclimated
fans
to
that
it.
really helped.
Yeah, they do help a lot. Big bladed fans. the difference.
So we're excited to meet more people, talked about going to the social group more. We actually signed our names up because they're gonna try to get a room for that Mexican train and I'm sure for other games. So we signed up for that group and the plan on that was like, what, every other Sunday, I think
Yeah,
it was, right?
I think, yeah, a couple times a
And
month.
that'd be fun. I enjoyed that.
It
You can bring
was.
the cooler and have, waters,
Have it-
whatever you
yeah,
want.
yeah.
And
You drink with
I'm
you.
sure they'll give us access to the kitchen area if we get a
Needed it,
room, because
yeah.
they're trying to establish like, I guess, a club.
Yeah, like
That-
regular.
That's the only way to get a room in one of the rec centers. Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
How do we say goodbye, buddy?
Say bye. Say goodbye, mister.
Goodbye. You ham. Good job, baby.